It's true or it's not. It's very emotional, and they care deeply about it. Whatever has happened, whatever's transpired with the relationships that Tom had in New England, and whether that's just with Belichick, whether it's with more people, obviously they care. And so when you see family members and loved ones, be able to, I guess, have someone's back, that doesn't bother me. I like hearing that. I like hearing how real and authentic it is. But then I also think when you look at what Tom Brady said, he just takes the high road like he always has. And I think that's a great move for him, because what is it, even if it is true, what does it matter if Tom goes out and he says derogatory things? I think Tom has always taken the high road. It's super respectable. It's super honorable. And, he said great things about New England. He's also really focused in the present now at Tampa Bay and what they've accomplished. And I think it's also, a little bit of, if it is true, he's killing them with kindness. And I think that's a great thing.
I don't disagree with you, but I also don't think Tom Brady, if he were to come out and to say, listen, we had our time together at the end, though, I thought I had more left than he thought I had. And we disagree on that. I don't think that's being disrespectful to Bill Belichick. I think that's showing a level of faith in yourself and saying, excuse me, you know what? I wasn't finished. I didn't deserve, without having to go into those details, it's essentially saying I didn't deserve you bringing Jimmy Garoppolo in 4 or 5 years ago and thinking that I was on my way out the door. I still had a lot left. I told you I had a lot left, and I deserved the right to leave on my own terms. Now, in fairness to Bill Belichick and Tom Brady, let's harken back, Tim, to what I reported when it first happened. When Tom Brady decided to depart from New England and end up going to Tampa Bay, I was told that if Tom Brady wanted to stay, they would have worked it out. The problem is that in order for him to want to stay, he needed to hear from Bill Belichick that Bill Belichick wanted him to stay. And that's not what Bill Belichick was going to do. And that's why Tom Brady ended up departing. If you win 6 Super Bowl championships and go to 9 Super Bowls in 18 years, and you believe you still have a lot left, and that really what the issue is that you're bereft of talent surrounding you. And this coach is saying, well, it's actually you. You're the one that needs to go so I can do what I want to do here. That hurts because you feel in your heart of hearts that you deserve better. And that's not just about football, Tim. That's about life. When you know that you have credentials and you've delivered and you've produced, and somebody comes to you and they say they think you're finished long before you know that you are, that stings. And I think that it's important to recognize the fact that transcends sports. That's anywhere in life when you're a high-end producer and you don't feel you're being appreciated as much as you should be appreciated. And I think that's why something like this really resonates. That's why you saw his father answer it the way that he did. That's why you saw the trainers say what he said. They didn't sit up there and say Bill Belichick was a bad person. Bill Belichick was a bad guy. He wasn't a good coach or anything like that. They said, one said he didn't evolve, and the father said, you're damn right, this is, validation. So
there were factual events of what transpired. And Tim, before you jump in here, Stephen A., you said, I think Tom Brady could come out and say that. He didn't need to say that because his people just did that for him.
I'm just saying, had he, it wouldn't be disrespectful.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Tim?
Yeah. Molly, I totally agree with what you just said. And obviously you can assume that, that the Brady's family has been felt disrespected, whether it's true or it's not. That's the way that they feel, and that's something that you could tell his dad is holding on to, and Alex maybe a little bit, and so they were passionate about what they said. But I like what Brady said because it's, in my opinion, the best thing for his team now. Maybe it could have been personal for him to share something about New England, but how does that help his team? Right now, he keeps the focus on his team, on his players, on in the present, in the now. Listen, he's going to have a lot of times and a lot of years to write books and memoirs and do a last dance of his own one day and have all that come out, and there can be a time and a place for that. But right now, it's about the next one. It's about beating the Rams, beating the Patriots, winning another Super Bowl. And I think this move was the best move for his team now, so he can walk in that locker room and say, you know what? Everybody wants to make it about me and all this other stuff. I'm making it about you guys. I'm making it about this team because I believe in you, and we can do what we did last year again. And guess what? People are going to be talking about this team, not just me. And I think that rallies a team together like you saw. Even when you hear Bruce Arians, he's like, yeah, one guy changed the culture, Tom Brady. Why? Because he is about that. He's not about just me or what I've accomplished in the past. He's about this team, and he makes everybody better. And I think that is another example of why you look at a guy that's a great player but also a great leader.
For me personally, the one thing that I want to say in regards to Bill Belichick, specifically as it pertains to Alex Guerrero's quotes, is this. We got to, some people have to learn that it's all right that everyone isn't the same. When you've earned what Tom Brady has earned, it's all right to treat him differently. Especially when he's such a team player and he's such a leader and he's such an assist in you accomplishing what you're ultimately aiming to accomplish. And what you heard from Guerrero was a guy in Bill Belichick that is going to be the way that he is. No matter what, he ain't changing, he ain't modifying, he's not altering in any way. And sometimes that's not the greatest thing. Just doesn't make him a bad person at all. It's just that sometimes that level of stubbornness, you got to compromise to some degree, and you got to deduce who's worth the compromise. And too many people don't do that. I will remind you that Patrick Mahomes has 1 interception and 6 touchdowns and is completing 76% of his passes. And oh, by the way, the Kansas City Chiefs are the Kansas City Chiefs, and that's because of him. So I just couldn't dismiss that.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that, Stephen A. Listen, I'm not foolish enough to, try to, come on this show and knock Patrick Mahomes. He's unbelievable. Like, obviously, he's one of the best in the game. He's super talented. I think he's got one of the best arms, and he's a